Denny, what the heck are you doing? In this episode of Invention Therapy, we're going to be making a really neat product. This is a slider for cameras, and you were watching us film earlier, and you can see in the image and the close-ups how it works. It allows you to take some really cool tracking shots with this tabletop model that we cut completely out of MDF. It's a very cheap product. It probably costs less than $15 to make. So this is a fun project that you can build yourself. And as with all of our projects, we're going to put these files on the link down below so that you can download them. And while you're down there, be sure to hit the subscribe button because we're going to be bringing you lots of products that you can build along with our show. Let's get started, take a look at how we did this, and we'll move on to cutting it and putting it together. In our previous live stream, we went through the entire process of designing this camera slider. You can see it sitting here, so it is obviously done, but in the prototype there were a few things that I wanted to change just to make it assemble a little easier. So let's take a look at the laser cutter really quickly and then put it together. We're going to be cutting out the MDF for the Dolly. So Denny, if you don't mind, please start the machine and let's get going. For those of you who are wondering, this is a 130 watt Resi laser cutter with, I believe it's a 900 by 1200 millimeter bed. So it's pretty good size. It's basically a 3 foot by 4 foot bed, which gives us plenty of room to cut most things. And the Resi tube gives us a little bit more cutting power with 130 watts. So we're really happy with this laser cutter. If you guys are looking for one, it's a great laser cutter to pick up. If you're interested in finding out how we built this slider, be sure to watch the previous live stream episode where I walked you through the entire process of designing and building every part that we use here. But in this video, we're going to do a quick condensed show where we show you the process and show you a bunch of shots that we took of it working. I always get a kick out of this section of the show because it's sort of like the arts and crafts part of the show. I feel like I'm in grade school again, putting things together. But that's the neat thing about laser cutters. They make parts that simply snap together easily if you design it right. I'm going to show you now how to put together our slider, the one we already made. We made some improvements, as you saw earlier in this episode. And we're going to put it together and make sure this final product fits, everything works well, and then we'll upload the parts or the files to the links down below and you'll be able to cut your own. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to need to do is we need 8 of these R8 bearings. They're 8 millimeters on the inside and 22 millimeters on the outside. And the description will be shown below so that you'll be able to find them online. They're very cheap. They're probably less than 50 cents a piece. They're a very standard common bearing. And we need to take our 8 wheels. Remember, we put wheels on the outside of these bearings. So we're going to take our 8 wheels and we're going to snap them over. And they should fit snug. If they don't, if your laser cutter has a little bit wider of a beam, you can always glue them, but for our laser I made it so it fits snug, you can see. We're going to do all 8 of these right now. The next part we're going to build is our bearing guides. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to grab 2 of these and we're going to put some glue on them, on the tabs. That's really all you need to do is glue the tabs. In the design video, I showed these as what were called half tracks. They are now done, and these are what support the 2 sets of bearings that go on each side. Once we're done our half tracks, we're going to grab our camera base plate and we're going to glue them to this plate. And that's really easy. You're just going to put glue on all the square holes and then snap them in. So let's do that. And one of the things I noticed when I put these in, I put them in backwards, so we're just going to take them out and flip them around so that the black is on the outside. It just looks neater. So we're going to take our half track, we're going to line it up, and we're just going to press it into the base. It should be pretty tight. It was designed to be tight. You just gotta find the holes and line them up. Once these are in, it's not gonna go anywhere. So that one's in. Now we're gonna do the same for the other. So you need a bunch of washers for this. You're gonna put a washer on the screw, then you're gonna put that through the bearing with the spacer, then another washer, and then you're gonna take a nut, and it's really simple to do. You're just gonna put it through, put a washer behind it, and you can do this while it's glued together. We've already tried, we know it goes together easily. And then you just screw it together. Screwdriver makes it easier. And I did it again. I put the bearing on backwards, and I don't like that. I want the black to be on that side, so let's just take it out for a second and flip it around. And that pretty much completes the assembly of our slider. If we put it on this track that we did in our original video where we designed it, you can see that it moves nicely. We want to make a black one on the outside and a black one on this side as well. The middle one doesn't matter, but what we do have to do is glue all three together. Spread this on really good. And you can use Elmer's glue, wood glue, whatever you prefer. And we're laminating it this way. And then we're going to need one more on the outside. And remember, this stuff dries clear, so you really don't have to be all that neat with it. And this is just a little bumper detail ring that we added. You can see it in the design video. And that simply goes on like this. And we're going to put some glue around here, or you can put it in the hole. It just seems easier to do it here. You put that around there like that, get some on the ring, and I'm just going to line it up, make it flush with the edge. The last step is one that's not even necessary, but we're going to show you just because we created it in the model. And that's these details. You can paint these a color if you want, yellow, white, red. I did red on this prototype. And it looks kind of nice. So just put some glue on the edge, and you're going to just press it onto the side. And we can put the slider on the top of the dolly. And that pretty much completes our second build. We did the prototype, and now we have the finished version of it, which is a little bit improved. Seems to work really well, going back and forth nice and smoothly. It looks like this project turned out pretty well. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. And join us again on Invention Therapy, where we make lots of cool inventions.